G'day everybody, Chris here from Build True Associates. Today I posted a question in a Facebook group asking if anyone had any questions about first home buying due diligence within New Zealand with regard to the built environment. I've had a really good response to that. I'm making my way through the questions, but I just read a question now and I thought it was so good that it just warranted a response straight away. So I'm going to read that for you now. This person says, we're looking at purchasing a home that has had a full reclad and a new COC issued within the last 6 months. By COC, I'm going to assume that you mean CCC, which stands for Code Compliance Certificate. The vendors are flippers who have used their own construction company for the work. There's no warranty on the work. Is this a red flag for reclad homes, even though they've passed council inspection? Really good question, super good question. And there's actually quite a lot to unpack here, so just excuse me while I nerd out for a while and hopefully give the person who asked the question the answer that they need. So the first thing to be aware of is that if council have gone through a process of the applicant doing a builder consent, they have inspected the work and they are now comfortable enough to issue a code compliance certificate, then that is a really, really good start. That should give you a reasonable level of comfort that the work was undertaken to a reasonable standard and that the work meets the New Zealand Building Code. Going a little bit further, you also state that there's no warranty for the work. Look, no warranty for the work. The vendors might not be giving you any warranty within the sale and purchase agreement. However, the Building Act has implied warranties which can't be contracted out of. That means that the company that did the work and those responsible for actually doing the work on site or the design also have some responsibility for that work. So that's generally the LBPs, might be the plumbers, might also be the electricians, drain layers, gas fitters and the like. So, if you were to have a problem in the future, you have a number of people that may be responsible or responsible in part. You've got the company who undertook the work in the first instance. You've got the licensed building practitioners who undertook the physical work on site or the design. You've got plumbers, gas fitters, all the independently certifying registered tradies, and then you've also got council. So the question you've got to ask yourself is, if there's an issue in the future, how many of those entities are still going to be around in order to, I guess, help pick up the pieces? LBPs generally will stick around for a while until the end of their careers. Once you become an LBP, unless you're struck off or you don't renew your license, then that person can be gone after and they are personally liable for the work they do within their career. The company that did the work, you can check the company's register to see if they're still trading, how long they've been trading for, whether their general line of business is property flipping. In that case, you might make an assumption or it might be inferred that they might still be trading into the future. But unless it's a reputable building company who's been around for a while and shows no signs of going anywhere, then I probably wouldn't rely on the company being around, in the future if there was a problem. Conversely, lastly, you have the council. Councils aren't going anywhere whatsoever, and councils are also liable for the work that they sign off if there is a defect in the future, up to around the 10-year mark. So a bit of information there for you to think about. I just try and keep that as wave tops as possible to give you the information that you need. Lastly, just because you have all this warranty and guarantee business going on in the background, doesn't mean that you shouldn't get a pre-purchase building inspection from a reputable company who does that sort of work. Definitely do that. Just because the reclad was undertaken, we don't know how far the reclad went. We don't know what was or wasn't within the scope necessarily. We don't know the condition of the fixtures and fittings inside the house that weren't touched, the electrical, the plumbing services, the roof, all those sort of things. So all those bits and pieces still should be inspected and assessed as well. Hopefully that answers your question. Hope I could help. We'll get to the next questions very shortly. Thank you very much for your time.